There are two models within services where we see the support agent role engage and execute: the enterprise services engagement model and the assisted support model. Let's begin by taking a look at the enterprise services engagement model. An enterprise services engagement model illustrates the framework that a company uses to interact with their customers. The basic phases are shown across the top sequentially. The first phase is the planning phase. This is where the customer and the support center's experts collaborate to plan to develop and deployment of their products or services. The company's engagement manager, otherwise known as possibly just the engagement manager, technical account manager, or TAM, as well as the consulting services or development resources, field engineers, or anyone else needed to draft and finalize a plan with the customer are all involved, depending on the size or the complexity of the product. Support agents may be peripherally involved if there is an advisory or supportability review service at the company. The second phase is the building phase. This phase has the customer and many of the same company resources engaged in developing the contracted solution. If it's a simple product purchase or lease, it may be quite short. If it's a solution that requires development and/or customization, then it can take much longer. For support agents, again, there may be some peripheral involvement only if there is an advisory or supportability review service at the company. The third phase is the deployment phase. At this point, everything has been tested and validated, and the product or service is ready to be moved to production. The customer team, along with the company's resources, use a deployment strategy that was finalized in the planning phase to install it. Again, there may be some peripheral involvement for the support agents, but only if there is an advisory or supportability review service. The final phase is operate and optimize. For support professionals or support agents, their role primarily engages with the customer in the operate and optimize phase, delivering proactive, reactive, and break-fix services within that phase. The product or services have been deployed to the customer, and there are now workers using the products. The first weeks or months after deployment at each customer will be the busiest, with users calling in with how-to questions. As users acclimate to the product, their calls will probably decrease in volume, although new users will always be coming on board. So as you can see in this enterprise services engagement model, support agents really don't get very involved until the final operate and optimize phase. Up to that point, they typically have limited involvement, and only then if there's an advisory or supportability review service that they can assist with. Let's now take a look at the assisted support model, which is really the primary focus of the support agent role.